A very, very good evening, everybody. Thank you for joining us today. Apologies for that little technical glitch we had earlier. Thank you for joining us for this Facebook Live session today. I'm absolutely delighted to welcome with us none other than Anuja Chauhan. Words to describe her, Anuja, is one department where I fall really short in. She's been 17 years in advertising, 5 best-selling novels, and a very, very colorful, impressive biodata. To say in short, she's a best-selling author, and today we're here to discuss her new book, Club You to Death, which has been published by HarperCollins India. Welcome, Anuja. So lovely to have you here.
Hi, thank you so much for having me. I'm so sorry about all the blips in my Wi-Fi. I've run all over the house and found the best spot now.
It's okay. Now we'll get through it like this. Don't worry.
Okay.
So let me just start off with all my various questions that I have. In this book, Anuja, you have the flavor of Delhi. I can't even say New Delhi. Spot on. So tell me, would you set a novel anywhere else, or does Delhi fulfill all your requisites?
Yeah, I get that. I've started a new novel, which is a new ACP Bhavani novel, and that is set in Bangalore. So the first time I'm writing a book set here in the city in which I live. I've also set books in other settings. It's a little unfair because I've set books in Bitora, which is in UP, or in a fictitious Uttar Pradesh kind of state. Bars is set in Kalaikunda, which Air Force Base near Calcutta. It's not like I haven't set books in other places, but somehow maybe I fill these books with people who seem to be from Delhi or from the north or something like that. I have huge affection for Delhi and Gurgaon and the NCR as a whole, for sure.
We also do provide a lot of fodder, right? So I'm sure that
Yes,
that helps.
yes, totally.
So you may not have guessed, but this book is starts off in a club, one of the great institutions of Delhi. And clubs, Anuja, are filled with memories. So please share with us your favorite memory or your favorite food of any club.
Oh, I love clubs. I've always loved clubs, because my dad was in the army. So the club was like the center of our social life, right from the word go. We used to go there to borrow books. We learned to swim in clubs. We learned to, waltz and foxtrot and jive in clubs and tambola and biryani and Bloody Mary. And it's all like a club thing. So I think my childhood club memory is. When I was 3 years old in Assam, in Dinjan, there was a club there, and my dad was horrified because he got a bill for the month and he had like a crazy bill. And he looked at his bill and said, "What is this?" And I told him very confidently, I said, "It's a very nice club. They don't charge you any money. You just have to tell your dad's name and then they give you for free." And he's like, "It's not free. Look at this bill." And I had like drunk, I think, some 200 Coca-Colas or whatever it was. Yeah. So that's one of my fondest club memories.
Yeah, I totally get where you're coming from because the club is one place where I grew up in Madras, so that's one place I always head to. And my kids are equally fond of the club now.
Yeah.
So in this book, I really hope they're going to turn it into a series, Anuja. I can so see it on Netflix. Uh, the central character is Bhavani Kumarji, who is an sorry, he's
Bhavani
ACP.
Singh. ACP
Bhavani
Bhavani Singh.
Bhavani Singh, sorry. So it's Pavan Kumar, his sidekick, right?
Padam. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
So I'm just going to read out a little bit about Bhavani. Bhavani puts on his reading glasses, tears open the envelope, scans its contents, and smiles the beatific smile of a lost child who has just found his mother again, and she's holding a packet of Lay's magic masala chips in one hand and a Cadbury silk in the other. This just cracks me up, Anuja. Cast him for me. Who would be your dream cast?
Well, there's a lot of interest from the OTT platforms and production studios in Bombay. on this one. So for me, I'm very fond of this actor called Gajraj Rao, who I think would be an excellent Bhavani Singh. There's a lot of affection also that I'm getting from the studios for Pankaj Tripathi as well.
I have him
And
on my list.
I don't know, yeah, and some people are saying Bhamani Rani. I don't know. All these are lovely actors, and they can play anybody. But for me, of course, Bhavani, Bhavani. He's the person in my head. Yeah,
Another person I thought of was Vijay Raz. I think he would take on some quirks
he's
really
too
well.
thin.
He's too thin. Good point. Considering Bhavani is always having his Parle G and chai.
Yeah, and like working so hard to stay fit, and he's chunky and like a brownie and so on. Which is why I say Gajraj Rao, because he's like, guys, I'm in a session. I'm here for the Wi-Fi. Yeah, sorry.
It's okay. It adds to the whole flavor of we're all going through it, Anuja.
Yeah, we are everybody. It's true.
Quiet. Oh gosh. So I'm so glad to hear that there's another one coming with Bhavani in it because I love that character absolutely. Who in your family laughs the most at your one-liners? Like you mentioned, she's sullen and paneer fair.
Yeah.
It's just like so. It's,
I don't know. I think my family just groans now. I don't think anyone laughs anymore. Just like, oh God. There's a lot of eye rolling, especially because we've all been together, I think, now for like 14 months. So
so no one really chips in and gives you advice.
they chip in and give me advice, but I think, yeah,
No one reads
Paneer,
your drafts for you.
they do. Everybody reads, all
Okay,
everyone at home. So that's great. I have amazing backup that way. Everybody reads, and everyone is very blunt and quite critical if they need to be. But that's fine. I mean, I like that about them. That the feedback is always. I mean, they make time to give it, and it's quite on point.
great. That's lovely though. So I
Yeah.
have Radha online who's talking about Thursday jam nights at the club,
Oh
and
yes.
Malika Vasudev who says, "Take me back to Delhi gym."
Yeah. I know it's so sad. I went. I must have known the last few people who went to the Delhi Gymkhana Club before the whole lockdown hit. On the 14th of February last year, like a Valentine's Day meeting I had, and that was it. And after that, it was all shut down. And now, of course, I don't know what the status is. I haven't been to Delhi since then. So yeah,
Yeah,
Thursday jam night seemed very far away.
true. I really, really wonder what's happening to them. Coming back to the lockdown, Anuja, one of your most famous lines has been "Ye dil mange more." So, what was the mange more you had during the first lockdown? What was the one
Um,
thing you didn't have and you wished you had stocked up on? Or
Oh God, so many things, amount of things that you just run out of and you
no?
don't know, how important certain things are. We've all been through the same thing, all of us, uh, the cleaning staff was the most important thing for everybody. That's what the people you were missing the most. So there was that. And just running out of provisions all the time for everything. And all the children were here. And oh, it was, I didn't want any more. I just wanted less. I just wanted less of the situation and what was happening and everything. And I was just telling her, I said, I can't spend one more summer making banana bread. I refuse to do it. I can't. I've lost that enthusiasm. And all the children are here and we're playing board games and it's like, no, please. I don't want to. They'll no more. It's terrible.
I know, but it just looks like it's going to be. But yeah, I agree with you. The enthusiasm is gone.
It's gone. It's gone. I can't. There are these Facebook memories coming up from last year in which I'm gushing and I'm seeing silver linings in everything and saying, oh, never mind. The whole family's here. We're safe and we're experimenting. And today we made our own bread and our own seek kebabs. Now I'm like, please.
Order some
Cannot.
seek kebabs and keep them in the freezer.
I know. It's just, yeah. Yeah.
Oh God. I hear you. I hear you. I love that you're so real about it.
What to do?
Yeah, what to do. What's your writing regime like, Anuja? Are you able to follow? I mean, barring the past year, I would say.
No, usually, I started writing when my kids were much younger. So it was
Hmm.
all around their school timetable. So I would start writing at 7 o'clock when the kids left for school. And I would pretty much write till 4 o'clock when they came back from school. And then you didn't write anymore because they were home and my husband was home and it was evening time and all. And then afterwards, late at night, I would write again when the house was quiet. Then again, maybe I'd pull out my laptop and look at what I had written that day and reread it and sometimes delete it and sometimes say, oh, this is good or whatever. So it's pretty much like, see, when I'm writing a book, it's pretty much I write all the time. The interruptions are for eating or for chatting, socializing, going for a walk, going to the garden, going to the gym. Those are all breaks, but the core activity is the writing. When I'm in the thick of writing a book, once the book is done, then it's great because then I get my teeth into other projects and I read, when I'm not writing, and I love home decor and projects of that, and I love dancing with my friends and going out like that. So there are two phases really. The phase when you're writing, and then there's the phase when you're just looking for material for writing. Which is like hanging out with people, having experiences, doing things, and stuff like that.
Have any of your friends made it into your books?
I think more everybody I know more or less makes it to my books. Not just my friends, mostly everybody. And sometimes they'll say, "Oh, such a plagiarist. ये तो मेरा joke है यार. तूने मेरी line मार ली. And how can you be like this?"
Well,
ये मेरा पता था and all that. I'm saying, sorry, yeah. You work in advertising. All my friends only do fattabazi, so everybody's fattas get included. Or people I know, or relatives, or anecdotes of that everything. It's everything is grist to the mill, really.
so one of my questions I'd put down was, what's next from you? So it is another who done it.
Yes, yes,
Yes.
it's ACP Bhavani. He's got quite a welcome. I'm quite happy.
He's
People have really liked
awesome.
him, and I like him. So
Yeah.
he's hunting again now.
And even in the book, without giving away anything, Anuja's written the way he says not. N-A-T. It comes, it's so cute. And I remember at one point he says, why not continue your Satyanarayan Katha?
No, because she's giving some long story. That's why.
Please. I can just envision that, that's how brilliant it is, really. What made you, Anuja, shift into this genre, the murder mystery genre?
I think I'm older now. And I mean, I agree that, yeah, sure, romance is important, but there are और भी genres है जमाने में, romance के सिवा. So it's like, okay, let's do other stuff. It's just that, I mean, I still love the romance. It's been on a bit of a well-trodden path, which I've done like 5 times over. So I think it was just like, let me branch out and do other stuff. And just like in a love story, I have two people. Usually it's a boy and a girl getting to know each other. Here I have a murderer and a victim, and I
And lots of other people around.
exactly, yeah. So I like that format.
So I have Lakshmi online and she says, so lovely to be watching this. Anuja, what sort of books do you read when you are not writing? And do you
Hmm.
consciously stay away from reading when you are writing?
Yeah, that I do. I consciously stay away from reading when I'm writing because then it just half the time I'm consumed by paralysis because I'm like, oh God, this writing is so good. I'll never be able to write like this. So that's highly demotivating. Or what happens, I'm saying, wow, this is so good. And then other people's phrases and thoughts start to leak into my writing, which again is very strange. So when I'm writing, I don't. But I read everything. I don't have any favorite genres. I'm pretty happy to read whatever. I read romances, I read historical fiction, I read whodunits, and I read, I don't know. I mean, I don't know about genres. I have favorite authors, you know.
Name
who
one.
I uh, well, I love Vikram Seth, and
Okay.
I love Meg Cabot, and I love Eva A. Watson, and Agatha Christie, and B.G. Woodhouse, and Douglas Adams, and I love um, James Herriot, and I love especially um, as far as favorite books go, I love Catch 22 because, I
Lovely.
mean, that's a book in my bathroom, like, on
All
the
the time.
tank of the pot, which I read all the time because I just find them very dark and very funny.
Lovely.
So, Joseph Heller for sure. Georgette Heyer again.
Lovely.
And, हाँ, मतलब जो कुछ भी. It's
Great.
literally anything. Yeah.
Great. I have Seema Davar and Swati Sodi online, and they say they've loved the book absolutely. And I have Anjana Bhatti Barar, who says a very warm welcome from Gurgaon Sophians. So
Oh,
she was
wow. There are
asked,
Gurgaon Science. That's awesome. Thank you, Anjana. Wow.
I have Anupama who wants to know, Anuja, how much of your work gets changed at the editing table, or is it more of a corroborative process?
It's more the editing process. See, I tend to maybe it's the advertising thing, I mean, I like to polish it up quite nicely before I send it to the edit. And usually, so the edit is usually about checking. I'm very bad with tenses because when I write, I tend to write about something, I'll go back and say, so my had and my have always becomes an issue.
Okay.
Then there is the chaptering, like how many chapters. Like this book, for example, I think we had 10 chapters. And by the time my editor was done with it, we had 20 chapters because she said it was too chunky. So she helps me break it down that way. Of course, we check for grammatical, factual, the timeline, to get clarity of, okay, how many days is this happening in, the time periods, and that kind of thing. So it's more that kind. It's a very helpful process. And HarperCollins, I mean, I've always been lucky to have really good editors. I had Nilini Sarkar and now have Swati Daftur, and they're both very thorough, and they know the material really well. Yeah,
That's lovely. That's really lovely to hear.
yeah.
I hope that answers your question, Anupama. That was Anupama's question. Kamalini says timeline is very tricky indeed. She's also written a
Yes.
book, so she would know.
Yeah, yeah.
Um, Tell me, Anuja, in the recent advertisements, since advertising is, and you've given us some of the most memorable advertisements ever, is there any one line from any campaign that you can never forget?
Um, No, I think right now everyone is in love with my old crush, Rahul Dravid, and his Mahendra Nagar ka Banda Hoon. That's like the big line of
Right.
the Addy space right now. So it's like very cute. I don't know how much it's doing for cred, but it's doing a lot for Rahul Dravid.
A
So
lot. That's like
yeah,
crazy. It went like boom.
yeah, yeah.
So I also have Anjana saying, Anuja, you used to write short skits on PG Woodhouse characters in Sophia Meerut. Do you still do that?
Um, no, not precisely that. But I think that all my creative thinking started in Sophia Meerut only, because we were locked up there, 60 girls, hi, na TV, na ladke, na kuch form of entertainment. So I used to make up stories and tell my friends, and I was like a little, they weren't any stand-up comics those days, but I was like a little entertainment providing service. And I remember I would make up love stories for everybody, whoever wanted one,
Oh,
depending on your
sweet.
interests and the sort of boy you liked.
How sweet.
So it was like, अच्छा तो तुम्हें क्या पसंद है? Oh, you like to play volleyball. So then I'd make up a story about how you went for a volleyball match and your bus broke down and there was a team of boys from the other school and they were also taking part in the same volleyball competition. Blah blah blah. So I did a lot of that.
That's lovely. That's really lovely to hear. Anjana, I hope that answers your question. I think she must be delighted to have.
And no, it was funny also, I remember. And then while you and this volleyballer were just getting together, Sister Linda came from the back. And then, oh, and then everybody used to giggle and laugh and say, then Sister Linda, she said this and the boy said this. And then, anyway, it was like one full rom com was going on there all the time.
Okay, Kamalini has, that's so cute though, the whole volleyball setting that you came up with like that.
I was
Kamal,
terrible at volleyball. My serve didn't cross the court. I mean, I couldn't cross the net.
it's okay. It's fine, really. So Kamalini wants to know, she says, Anuja, how true is it that the prettier and more attractive a writer is or handsome, the better the sale? फर्क पड़ता है कि नहीं?
I have no idea. Yeah, मैंने तो अपने favorite writers के मुंह भी नहीं देखे. I swear till like there was Google, I didn't even know what Georgette Heyer looked like, and I read every single book she ever wrote. Even now, like my Joseph Heller, I still don't know what he looks like, you know, and I love his book. So honestly, like I think the first time I actually saw a writer's face, it was J.K. Rowling when you know her books came out, and
Right.
we actually knew what she looked like. Like I for the longest time I thought Sydney Sheldon is a woman because the name to me sounded like a woman's name.
So growing
So
up, I always thought Daniel Steele was a man because Daniel is a
yeah,
man.
Daniel, no, Daniel must be a dude, right? So I'm saying that no, I don't think so. I am not. It's like saying, would you ever go to a dentist because he's good looking? Would you get
Okay,
open heart
let's not
surgery
go
because
down
the
that
doctor?
path.
I'm just saying no. I don't think so. I mean,
I don't think
I
so
wouldn't
either.
personally. I wouldn't buy a book because the author was good looking.
Same here, same here.
Hmm.
Anuja, I have a piece of news for you. Anjana says Sister Linda is on Facebook.
Oh God.
I don't know if she's tuned in.
Oh, that's funny. Oh my God.
That is funny.
Yeah.
Radha wants to know, will ACP Bhavani be like the next Feluda?
Uh, he'll just be ACP Bhavani. Yeah, I don't
He's
want.
cute on his own. Let him be.
Yeah, yeah. He's an old man. Yeah, he's just let him do his own thing.
Yeah. I do love the way
Conservative and all.
yeah, you mentioned his wife and the, rapport he has with her. Like he treats
Yeah,
her as his equal. They're both sitting and having their whiskey and,
and discussing the case and all. Yeah,
no, it's very,
I like that.
yeah,
I
very,
thought it was nice. I mean, I was also trying to show like a nice, right old marriage, you know, comfortable, where people share things with each other. And I like that, that space that he has with her.
it's lovely. Really, it is. So the name of the book is Club You to Death, right? So, Anuja, off the top of your head, who would you club to death right now?
Oh, it just changes all the time. Like,
Okay.
yeah, right now my son is standing behind the screen and making stupid faces at me to distract me from you. So he's the
Please don't.
candidate.
How
So
sweet.
they'll come and they'll make a silly face and they'll walk away. But what to do? Now we're all locked down. It's bad.
Lakshmi says we do want an ACP Bhavani series. Yes, Lakshmi, I agree with you. I would love to see him again for sure. I would definitely, definitely love that. So, Anuja, I'm going to attempt a rapid fire question round with you. Are you ready? Very easy,
Okay.
very fun. Just
ठीक है.
one answer, one word. Yeah. So I'm starting now. Delhi or Bangalore? Should I say Bengaluru? Does that make it
I That's too tough. You stumped me on the
tough?
first one. I can't decide.
Okay. Cats or dogs?
What is this? Yeah, I love both dogs and cats. Why are you doing this to me?
I thought it was
Currently,
more
my
dogs.
house is full of dogs. I'll have to say dogs at the moment because there are no
You can
cats in the
say
house
both.
right now. Huh?
You can
I
say
can say
both.
both.
Yeah.
Both.
Okay.
Bangalore, Delhi, cats and dogs.
Chai or filter coffee?
What are these questions? No, first thing in the morning is filter coffee. Next thing
Okay.
in the morning is nice big cup of adrak ki chai.
Okay. Paper or e-books?
Oh, paper. Finally, an easy one. Paper,
Okay.
paper.
Pepsi or Coke?
क्या बात करते हो? Pepsi over everything.
Okay. Golgappas or Pani Puri?
Golgappas. I've always said Golgappas. That's the original name. The Pani Puri, Puchka, Vuchka, I don't know what to say.
Club
Golgappas.
food or Thela food?
Oh, that's a tough one. No, both. First you have club food, and then on the way home you stop the car, and then you have Thela food.
Okay. Hashtags or headlines?
Well, hashtags are headlines. I mean, there's no, they're just the headlines of today. It's the same thing, really.
If
Yeah.
you don't follow Anuja on her Instagram, you must, because she has the most epic hashtags ever.
My children say that you don't understand the concept of hashtag. The concept of a hashtag is that you say something and
Yes.
then exactly. So they said if you make up hashtag that no one's heard before, then you're really defeating the purpose.
Tell them, but our generation, people like us understand those
Yeah.
and enjoy it. So it's okay. Even I get a lot of tutoring from my daughter. Put capitals, don't do this.
All that.
That's lovely, really. I have Swati saying all the characters are so believable, sound like people we meet all the time. And the whole club thing is just so real.
Thank you.
Thank you, Swati, for that. Ambika says that you're looking lovely. So thank you for that, Ambika. And so I that comes to the end of my round of questions. Thank you all for joining us today, really. And thank you, Anuja, for being here. This is the book. I'm just making sure you all got it. Club You to Death, published by HarperCollins India. And thanks, Shabnam and HarperCollins, for organizing this for us. We have another awesome author interaction next Saturday evening with none other than Chitra Banerjee Devakarni. So please make sure you stay tuned to the Gurgaon Moms page and join us for that, because that's going to be another lovely interaction. And in the meanwhile, Anuja, it was lovely. I really, really hope we can do an event again together sometime, maybe for
Yes.
the next Bhavani book.
Maybe for the next one. Done.
And
In a
please
better
do tell
way.
us when the series or the movie is out.
Yes,
We will
definitely.
make sure we share it with our book club members and in our community as well. Thank you so much for your time today, really. Thank
Thank
you
you.
everyone for joining us today. Thanks a lot.
Bye.
Bye-bye.